Look,
Fellas, ladies, you looking for lotions? You looking for beard oils? But unfortunately, everything you get from mainstream got chemicals in it and it's probably killing you? No problem, we got you. Go check out my people from Top to Bottom Hair and Skincare. That's Top to Bottom Hair and Skincare. www.top2bottom, BOTTU, the U is for unique, M.com. Tell them I sent you.
Hey, how y'all
hey,
doing? Uh, yeah, we know we like real late.
man, better late than never, man.
There you go.
It's CP time. That's all it is. It's CP time. Y'all know what CP time is.
Yeah,
Don't think
we
when they
late,
let you
late.
know.
We late. But
You
that's
don't
all
be
right.
the first one at the cookout. You always be the
Yeah,
second to
yeah,
last or the fifth to last because you want all the raisin bread that they call raisin bread to be done with. But just because
yeah,
they put some slices of bread together, throw some raisins on it, ain't a real raisin bread. Or some raisins inside your potato salad. You don't want that either. So you want all that eaten up already. You don't want no vegetarian beans next to your string beans, that's for sure.
But yeah, welcome to Firearms Fridays. Um, yeah, we like real late, but we was back what we consider backstage, running our mouths, and we forgot that we were supposed to start the live at some point.
Well, I look at it like this. Listen here now.
Hey,
You ain't got no right to talk about real late because you know what late is all about. You would stand there like this. Why is they taking so long? So
you
you
know,
was part of it.
he had some smart stuff to say. He was like, "Wait a minute, they taking too long, man. Like, I'm gonna fall asleep before I get ready to say all my sarcasm."
We were trying to figure out which logo you designed to put up. That's what it was.
There
15 minutes early for next week. That's all it is. That's what it is. 15 minutes early
you
for
go,
next
there
week.
you go. But um,
Well, since he is kind of tongue tied there, one of the biggest things that we're running into, of course, is our content. We have a different view of certain content that we want to present to each other. And when we have our content, we got to come together and figure out what part of what we want to put on the show. Because, of course,
right.
it's Ron's show. It's the OG Network show. It can't be Uncle Jay's show. It can't be the Fat Tattler show. I got a whole lot of content, so we got to come together and figure out what we're going to talk about.
You know what,
So one of
man?
us don't overtake each other.
Be honest with you, I missed the Fantacular show, man. I ain't
Well,
gonna, I ain't gonna lie to you. Their reaction videos, man, was I mean, they was fire, bro.
I
We need to
appreciate
we need to bring the Fantacular show right back here.
it. I look at it like
Once a week, we can have a Fantacular show right here.
if I could get all the projects that I have on my plate right now set aside
Yeah, I
or
know, right?
done,
Yeah.
I'll be more than glad to do it. Honestly, seriously, straight up, because there's a lot more content that I have been sent, but I haven't had the time to put it up.
Right.
I mean, I
Make
got
sure
I
y'all hit
got
the like
body
button.
cam stuff. I got a plethora of reaction videos I can do, but
Make sure y'all hit that like button. Make sure y'all hit that subscribe button. But check this out. My question to y'all is this: is that I'm not going to talk about the incident because that's not important. But the question on Fire on Fridays is this: if someone was attacking you, God forbid it never happens, but we know that's not reality, and you had to take somebody down, at what point the amount of rounds that you put into the person becomes excessive? Am I saying that right, Jay?
you're saying it correct.
Okay, I'm not raising. So that's the question. If someone was attacking and you had to put them down, at what point does it become excessive? You know what I'm saying? Like if Jay was attacking, if I was attacking Jay, now Jay's a bigger guy than I, but I was attacking Jay, but he decided, Ron's coming to attack, and he has his firearm, and he boom, 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 whatever that is, boom, 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 boom. whatever way you want to look at it. At what point does it becomes excessive? All right, so Dover Dog says more than 3. All right,
Okay.
we're right. I'm
And,
I'm gonna give y'all my perspective, and then I'm gonna give y'all why, and Jay's gonna give you his too.
well, first of all, let me give a shout out to Dover Dogs for stopping in. Appreciate you stopping by.
Yes,
I believe that's Babyface. Welcome, and I believe
yes,
Mystic Mountain. Appreciate y'all stopping in.
yes,
Appreciate that. Definitely. We appreciate everybody stopping in. And the more people stop in, the more comments move in the subject line or the comment
yes.
section. We'll interact with that as well. We don't want you to feel that you're being left out.
Right. So if you
So
just got back in,
how many rounds is considered excessive when a person is coming at you? So far, our guests say 3. One
yeah,
says 3 or more.
3 or more,
Dog says more than 3.
more than 3.
So here comes the question. Then let's push this 3 thing. So
Okay.
if in your magazine you have 10 rounds in your magazine, and you empty that magazine at the person or thing that's coming at you, is that excessive? Because let's not forget, you don't have a 5, you don't have a 6 shooter. 9 out of 10, you have 9 or more
Right.
in your magazine. So
Yeah.
far 3. Okay, well 3.
So part 3. I'm gonna see if we can get some more comments. If you're on the live, please again hit the like button, subscribe button. But let's just see how this goes. If someone's attacking you and you had to take a person down, at what point does it become excessive? Now, again, so Dover Dogs is saying 3. More than 3 is excessive. If am I saying that right, Dover Dogs? If you're still there, more than 3 is excessive. Babyface, am I saying that right? More than 3 is excessive. Too much.
Hold on, I want to see what this says here. It says at the end of the threat, what's that? Let me get my other eyes on. After you end the threat, if 1 round puts him down and out, that's it. Okay,
I like that.
I like that. Yet I'm gonna debunk that too. I'm gonna debunk it. I'm gonna debunk it.
Now, if anybody been around my channel long enough to know, you probably already know my answer.
Can I say it? Can I say it? Can I say it? Can I say it? Can I say? Can I? Can I say it? Please, can I say it? I want to say it.
You got it. You got it. Go ahead and say it.
Anybody ever seen brown Swiss cheese? Because Ron would make sure your ass turns into some red Swiss cheese. Real simple, like, because your stupid ass felt the need to come at Ron for whatever reason, and you thought you was gonna take him out. He gonna make you look like red Swiss cheese, and we ain't talking about red just because you be happy or embarrassed. It is to make you leaking all over the place. Literally.
Listen, I don't think hold on one second, let me see.
Ooh, that's a good comment. That's a good comment. And I haven't forgotten about the first one, but this one too, we're gonna get debunked. Don't lose that comment.
Yeah, they still in the chat.
Mystic Mountain, stay in the chat, please, because I want to have a conversation with you with your statements. You got some great statements. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah, I agree. I like
statement
the statement.
is great.
I mean, I agree with this.
I'm gonna throw some twist at it and see how it works out for you.
Yeah. Like I said, I don't think that there is because I'm getting ready to get silly and I'm trying not to.
Man, get silly, man. It's Friday, man. Get silly.
All right, here's my point. All right, I'm gonna be real for y'all. Here's my point, and I'm gonna let Jay say his point, and I'm gonna say my points. I'm gonna let Jay say his point, because this is always about giving y'all different scenarios, in our opinion, or our logic, or what we think.
Bravo, Mystic. Bravo.
All right. Now there's a man. I'm assuming you're a man. Don't get me wrong if I'm wrong. But I'm assuming that you're a man. There is somebody that knows how to read the room.
Yes.
Definitely knows how to read the room. He talking like me now.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man.
But, all right, so this my again, if you're just getting on the live, the question is, at what point, if you had to take somebody down that's attacking you, at what point does it become excessive? Oh, my brother Sean in the house.
Sean in the house. What's up with your shitty self? Hopefully all the shit is going good for you.
Yeah, man.
Uh,
Yeah, man. Imagine that. That's my brother. Though. I like Sean. Sean, good guy, man. I mean, especially he take a lot of shit. So you gotta respect somebody take a lot of shit. Yeah, I mean,
he puts out a lot of shit too. He puts out a lot of shit.
Yes, he does. But my thing is this: is that I don't think I personally don't think that it's hard to put a number on it. I mean, I know we're putting a number on it, but I think it's hard to put a number on it. It is because something that me and Jay was talking about in the background. We kind of threw the question out. I threw the question out. We was kind of talking about it. There is that the reason why I say it's hard to put a number on it because there's other factors in this that we're not taking into account. The size of the person,
right?
That can have adrenaline,
right?
Let me see. Is there some other stuff that I'm missing out on?
A whole lot of things you're missing out on. Go ahead.
What the person may be wearing at the time and how deep what type of firearm you have, as far as ammunition, like if it's a 9 mil, 10 mil, 22.
Right.
So there's a whole lot of other factors in there. There's a whole lot of other factors in there a whole lot of other scenarios in there that can change the dynamics of all of this. Meaning that if you hit somebody, if you got a shotgun and you use a birdshot, you use compared to a slug. So that's my whole point is that's why I say a lot of this it's hard to really say because there's a lot of scenarios in there. But my thing is this is that if someone's attacking, this is just how I see things. I'm not going to put until they stop. I'm gonna keep shooting. This is and not that I had to say this. It's because my point is this is that they may say it's excessive, and this is just my opinion on it, and it doesn't mean that this is rule of thumb. This is just Ron's opinion, and we know it don't matter. But the only reason why I say this is because you don't know in the moment what is it going to take to stop the person. Now, let's just say, for instance, that person has a weapon themselves, maybe a knife, maybe actually a firearm too.
Right.
And, when you shoot somebody one time, it's not like in Hollywood where you shoot them and they fall over or they blow back into a wall where it's dramatized and all that other stuff. It doesn't work that way.
Right.
If somebody gets shot, that's not how it works. Hollywood, bro. Yeah, and my thing is this is that when you look at TV, because a lot of people that look at television and sometimes they get misconstrued what you see on TV as reality of life. When somebody shoots you with a gun, they see somebody falling all over, going blown back, and all this dramatics that they add into the movie. That's not what happens when people get shot. You know what I'm saying? You might sometimes So it's a little bit different than that in the reality of life. So, and then if someone's, adrenaline is going, you shoot somebody. My point is this: is that, and I go back to you take the rapper 50 Cent, right? He been shot 9 times. He's still here.
Right.
So my thing is this: if you look at 50 Cent, who's been shot 9 times, I don't know where, because I don't know where all the, Swiss cheese holes are at, but 9 times he survived, right? And there's other people that have been shot multiple times. So again, you don't know. It's hard to sit there and try to put a real number on it because we can't. We can't. This is my opinion, but he's trying. He really trying to say. Hold on. Let's see what Miss Link is saying.
Shit. Look here now. If you can hit the trigger finger, listen, I don't even want to be in front of you. I'm gonna say it like that.
I ain't gonna lie to you. If you can shoot that good to hit that
if
trigger
you can shoot the trigger finger off the assailant coming at you, man, I don't even want to be in front of you. I'm gonna put it like that. I'm gonna use what's behind me to shoot at you.
You ain't gonna have a trigger.
You ain't running. I don't care what.
Arm, everything gonna be going.
Let me get a quick minute in there. Let me get a quick minute in there because the comments are great. Okay, I appreciate the comments. Comments are great. And before I forget any of the comments, let me jump in on there. Now, we are talking about how many rounds is excessive. Well, unfortunately, I'm gonna have to say if you empty the clip and reload it, that's when it's excessive. Honestly, because I'm sure that if you have 7 in the clip, 9 in the clip, now this is just the clip, this is not what's in the chamber. 7 in the clip, 9 in the clip, 10 in the clip, 15 in the clip, and you empty the clip, yeah, you're done. That's where you cut off at. If you feel the need to reload, then you're doing it excessive. Now there's also a slippery slope behind that, okay? And we're going to talk about the legality-wise, and we're going to talk about the ethically-wise. Legally, after 5 rounds, it's excessive. Because the first one, they always believe the first one's going to miss. The second one doesn't hit any major arteries. The third one hits a major artery. The fourth one hits the person to slow them down, and the fifth one puts them down. That's the way they look at the number 5, right? Because, of course, you're panicking. The first one goes anywhere unless you're just that good. And, of course, the second one. So it all depends. Now, like going back, picking back what Ron said as well, depending on the person. I've seen video after video after video of law enforcement shooting people, right?
It was a mental
raccoon.
Cool.
Always a pleasure. Thank you, brother, for joining us once again. And once again,
yes.
Information that brother has, content. Great work. So I watched a video where one cop emptied his clip into a woman that was charging at him with a knife. They said it was excessive. He's in the hallway. He's in the hallway, and she's coming at him full force. This comes back to we don't know what the adrenaline is. What is causing the adrenaline to be so high? If the person is on a narcotic, they can get hit 12 times. 12 times and still keep coming at you. Even if they're at 5 feet weighing 100 pounds, but if they have a narcotic in them, you can hit them 15 times with a 9mm, 10mm. They're going to keep coming at you because that adrenaline is on high. Now, the person is 6'6", 6'7", he's 400 pounds. He's also on a narcotic. You're going to have to go to 3 clips straight up because that's almost like a charging bull. And we all know you cannot shoot an elephant with a 9mm. It ain't gonna do nothing. So when we look at it, on both sides of the scale, we really have to understand what.
How do we really know?
Well, you really know when you stop shooting. That's when you really know.
No, I mean, how do we know you can't take an elephant down with a 9mm?
It's been proven. That's why they made the beautiful thing that was called an elephant gun that got a God-staking bullet as my hand and half my damn forearm. Okay, it's called
Yeah.
an elephant gun for a reason. Now, if we look at basic society, basic individual or just a legitimate person who has the right to carry a firearm and gets into a confrontation with another person, once you actually empty out 4 rounds, that's where it becomes excessive. Because if you have the proper training, you already know your first 3 shots are going to hit every single spot that you want if you got that right training. And even with the adrenaline, that 4th shot is what's going to make the difference, because you're going to make sure you hit the person where they're not going to keep coming at you. Now, going back to Mystic's statement, if you're in the backwoods in the mountains and your own property, yeah, that's becoming fertilizer. Real simple. That person or them people are going to become fertilizer. To piggyback off of what Ron said, if you're using a shotgun, if you got a shotgun that's holding 8 rounds, I don't care if it's a buckshot, slug, bird shot, all 8 going in you, whether you're standing or whether you're laying. There's no, I'm not giving you an opportunity because you came onto the wrong place. I'm not going to give you an opportunity. No, I don't want you to go to the hospital and come back. No, I want you to go to the hospital, get toe tag, and matter of fact, we ain't gonna worry about that because, again, when you have enough land, you become fertilizer. So basically, you done fucked up. Okay? Looking at it, the legal side, unfortunately, even law enforcement cannot fire onto a person. They are told they cannot fire onto a person more than 5 times. But unfortunately, we've seen video after video. I watched a video where one cop literally unloaded, reclipped, and kept firing. Was it excessive? Absolutely, because now you're talking about 3-4 cops shooting one person. Each cop unloading their actual magazine. So that automatically tells you they're panicking, their heart rates are high, their adrenaline's high, and there's bullets hitting everything. Everything but the person on the ground.
All right, so I got a question because now you triggered my hair to go into a store to something.
Go ahead.
A while back in the city of Philadelphia, not too far from where I grew up at. It was this guy that had people in the house, and he must have had a ton of ammo and ton of guns. He was firing at the police. This thing was going on for a long time. And when I say this guy must have had so much ammunition in his house, and he had the police, he's shooting at them. He's been shooting at them for hours.
Right.
Different random police shooting at them. Now, this is one person, so they we really don't know, but inside the house, they said it was only one person. But I think he had other people in there hostage. So the police couldn't really shoot back because, of course, they don't want to hit possibly the hostage in it.
Right.
Now, let's just say that guy comes running out the house. AR-15 come running out the house. At what point is it excessive?
Well, there is no point of excessive.
I'm saying for the police department, at what point?
Because all it takes is for one cop to let off one round, and every single cop is going to start letting off.
Right.
So it's unfortunate. That's where it comes back to the training again. Listen, I kid you not. I'm going to twist this just a little bit. I just watched a video the other day of police, because you triggered the memory. Police department taking on one guy in his house that he had multiple warrants for his arrest. They had 2 SWAT teams trying to get to this guy inside his house.
Wow. This
guy, the worst part of the video is that it's actually, the title of the video is called Rainbow Six Training. That's what it looked like. It looked literally like it was a bunch of people playing Rainbow Six trying to enter somebody's house. But it was actually an actual situation. I've never in my entire life have seen Keystone cops in SWAT gear not knowing how to take one person out of the house. They threw tear gas at the guy. The guy took the tear gas, threw it right back out his window. They turned. they he took chairs, his sofa, he took everything that was movable. All that was missing was the kitchen sink. You know the old joke: throw everything but the kitchen and the kitchen sink. He was throwing everything at the front door. They even had the boom that goes on the front of the actual scat pack, bashed in the door.
Right.
Now, what I couldn't understand is this: if you have two SWAT teams in front of this one house, and you already know it's one, oh, wait a minute, they sent in 2 drones into the house to see where he was at. 2 drones. He knocked the first one down with a ball. He knocked the second one down with a chair. Now, I don't never in my entire life have I ever seen something like this, nor have I even met police officers that are part of SWAT to be seen doing this dumb shit. Now, all 2 teams in 2 scat packs went through the front door to try to get him. Stepping over furniture, chairs, sofa, Venetian blinds, a sack of hay. I mean, it really looked like a damn comedy. I kid you not. And for one guy, nobody thought about going through the back door. Nobody thought about going through a window. Nobody thought about actually hitting him from the side window, knowing that there was a window to the living room where he was hiding on the floor. But they couldn't figure it out to get one guy. To the point that the guy even stabbed 3 cops with a knife. So when you talk about training, it's ridiculous. I agree. You pull a second pin. Listen, if I pull a second pin on the grenade, it's just telling me you're as big as a damn elephant. I'm gonna try to take you down.
Yeah, I don't. My thing is just that I watch a lot of these. When you see these scenarios when these police and squat and they go into these houses, raids and stuff like that, and all I say to myself is that, why do they do this way? Like,
Because the law,
if I don't know. Go ahead.
Because the law and the oath that they signed on with specifically states save all life. You do everything within your power not to neutralize the threat.
Oh no, I get that part. Protect and
No,
serve.
it's stupid. It's
Your
stupid.
job is to protect and serve all parties involved.
No.
But I ain't doing it.
You come at me with a knife and I'm a cop, I'm going to shoot you in your head.
Now, but I never understood that when you're going into a channel like a doorway, right? You're going into a doorway. Everybody's right behind each other going into a doorway. Now, I guess when they get on the other side of the doorway, the first guy may be pointing straight, the next guy might be pointing left. Everybody kind of trying to.
Yeah.
Now,
yeah.
You mean to tell me that, let's just say this person is in a house, a brick house, right?
Right.
This is where I always go into my scenario of understanding the structure of a building.
Right.
Knowing what you're going. Now, I ain't going to get into that. That's a little bit too much. But knowing the structure of a building
right.
can play a big part in how you can neutralize a threat, right? Here's my point
Correct.
to that.
I'll agree to that. 100%.
Let's just say you know that the person is in the house is doing what you were saying, where they piling stuff against the door, whatever. Now, you mean to tell me that y'all don't have no heat signatures to get in to see behind these walls? Y'all full of shit, right? Now, if he's the only person moving around in his house, right?
Right.
Then that means you know the person that's firing at y'all is what? The only person in the house.
Right.
Now, if they firing at you and they showing it where the person is firing at you, you know where this person is.
Right. Right.
right? All right, honestly, I'm about to be an a-hole. I'm really getting ready to say something
Go ahead.
crazy.
Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Hold on, what they say? Now, they on the other end of this wall, right? Let's just say, like the city of Philadelphia, most of the houses are made of brick. Like New York. New York
Right.
has a lot of row homes that are made of brick, right?
Right.
Understanding the structure of the brick, the walls are usually double laid 4-inch brick. If
Right.
you got like bricks or whatever. So they're about 3.5 inches thick, 4 inches thick,
Right.
depth wise. But there's usually a double laid inside that's not finished off so well, but it's another set of bricks. So the wall is almost 8 inches thick,
Right.
depending on how they built the house, right?
Right.
This is why I want a 50 caliber. See why? There you go. Right through. What we get ready to see here?
I'll wait till you finish though,
This is
because
why I want a 50
I can show
caliber.
you a still
Why?
photo.
Because here's the thing. If I know you standing behind the wall and I just shoot right where you at in the wall, bang, you're down in the house. Now,
Yeah.
this is why I think it's stupid to come through the wall, in a house in a tunnel form. Let's just say, I mean, being a joker, 6 of y'all are coming through the door at the same time. I'm on the other end of that door with a 50 cal.
Right.
One shot through 6 people, one time. Y'all got more out there?
That's right. Send them all. I got more for y'all.
Now you got to clean up 6 bodies right there because they thought that protection that they had on was going to stop everything. This is why you don't know what you up against. So y'all going to come in here with all that SWAT stuff, not realizing that there's something massive on the other end of that door. I'm just, uh, I'm just, listen, y'all, I'm just joking around. I'm really joking around. I'm just doing it. But what's up, Jay?
Let me just show you, let me take us down for just a quick second. Let me just let's get rid of that comment there real quick so everybody can see what's going on.
All right, hold up. Which one was that?
All right. So this is a view of inside the Scat Pack, which is a SWAT vehicle, and
Okay.
right about here is the beginning of the boom that's going into the house that knocked the door down. This is the one guy. In his hand, it's one knife. This is the Scat Pack. Now, if anybody know what a Scat Pack is, that's that armored vehicle that the SWAT team uses
Right.
in front of his door. It's got the boom all the way inside the house.
Right.
He's got a knife in his hand. Let me just show you something different here. This is the inside of his house. Let me show you something else here. Now, anyone that's former military, present military, former law enforcement, present law enforcement, if you turn around and you say to me right now, this is a normal procedure of a breach, you need to reevaluate what you do or what you've done or what you're about to do moving forward.
Mm-hmm.
This right here is clearly a bunch of Keystone cops. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 6 more outside trying to come in. Now you can see there's the sofa, the china set, the armoire, a chair, a couple other kitchen chairs on this side, a couple of baskets on that side, table. Come on now. Anybody that can turn around and tell me that was a correct breach, it's got to be out there cotton picking mud. Now, mind you, they went in to get one person.
They were trained by a liberal.
These people were out there for over 12 hours trying to get this guy.
So what we saw in there was fatigue.
Man, I watched that video. I was thrown up in my mouth. You're right, Sean. You're right. You are absolutely 100% correct, Sean.
Yeah, he is.
100. You know what? You know what? I'm gonna do something. I'm gonna do something because there's. You guys really. I mean, you really got to see this. You really got to see this. Let me show you this. Let me show you this part right here. Now, this big brown thing here, it looks like a grandfather clock.
Yeah, it does.
Right? Laying down. So there's a whole bunch of stuff sitting there. So why didn't anybody come from one of the bedroom windows that's on the far left? Why ain't nobody come in from the side house over here, the window? And clearly you can see that this is the kitchen. And anybody and everybody who owns a home knows that there's a back door to the kitchen. Why the hell they ain't coming through the back door? Right? Now let me show you something. Let me show you something. Don't get mad at me. Don't get mad at me just yet. Don't get mad at me. Now, you see how the boom is inside the house.
Mm-hmm.
Why didn't they use the boom to drag his ass out when he was standing there holding the knife above his head?
I mean, I would have just swung the boom and took him out.
Exactly.
One right turn.
One right turn, exactly. That's it. It would have knocked them clear on the clear conscience. Knocked them out.
Ain't nobody had to go in.
Sean, Sean, you would be embarrassed to say that you served in the military watching these guys breach this house.
Now, all right. So
I'm only showing two videos because I don't want anybody getting in trouble.
Right. This is just my perspective, and believe me when I tell you, this is not about me being right or wrong. This is just my thought on this. Is that when you look at that door and you've seen all that crap that he threw on the front door, right?
Right.
He had all the stuff piled up at the front door.
Right.
All right. So what was his intent for piling the stuff up at the front door?
To keep them from coming in.
All right. So if it's going to make it harder for you to come in, it's also going to make it harder for me to do what?
For you to get out.
So why the hell would y'all come through the front door?
I said the same thing.
I wasn't even a bother with the front door. I'd have came through the windows. I'd have came through the back door. The one place I said, listen, he threw all that stuff in front of his door. Now he just barricaded himself in. We're going to use the other doors to go in there. Why are we there? And that's it. The only thing I would have had out there was a tactical crew. When he came outside, light him up, gentlemen.
Well, like I said, there were 2 SWAT scat packs there. And each scat pack holds 8 guys. So that was 16 SWAT members there.
Mm-hmm.
16. He stabbed 4 of them. And if anybody remembers the movie 300 with the Spartans, what did they do? They made sure every damn opponent came and squeezed in between 2 mountains.
Yep.
And took them out.
Because it don't matter how many of y'all is at that point.
Exactly.
It's almost 1, 2, 3 on 3 every fight. The only thing the only way y'all gonna win it is that we're gonna be so tired after fighting the vast majority of y'all that's it. But we're gonna put some hurting on you by the time it's all done.
Yeah, and you saw they had gas masks on. They pumped gas masks into the house for 2 hours. 2 hours.
You're gonna throw a gas mask with a whole bunch of smoke and then try to climb over a bunch of junk where you can't even see where you're going.
So
that is about as idiotic as you can get.
Now the reason why this triggered the video is because we're talking about excessive rounds into a person, an assailant.
Right.
That's what we're talking about.
Right.
So at this moment, we can honestly say that police department has zero tolerance on firing a firearm into an assailant. They're not allowed to fire their weapons into an assailant.
Because my thing is this: now 4 of y'all done got
That's what that
stabbed.
video says. That video says that the police department cannot shoot an assailant for any darn reason.
Like I said, then you need to get off that police department because they don't care about your life.
Because look,
4 of y'all got stabbed. 4 of y'all. Y'all got $100,000, $100,000 plus of self-protective equipment, of truck, guns, shields, gas masks, all of this stuff to take on one person, and he made it look like y'all didn't know.
One person.
He beat y'all with furniture.
And the house, to me, it looked like maybe 1,000 square feet of livable space. So it was a very small house.
And if it was a single house, you could have easily took this situation.
It's a single house. It's a single house, ranch style, maybe 1,000 square feet. Maybe. Because of how that kitchen was designed and how the living room was right there on top of that kitchen. So this is where, when we're talking about excessive force behind firing a weapon, now you guys don't understand why I looked at it the legal way and I looked at it the non-legal way and the right of the individual, because of course, the old saying is there's the right way, the wrong way, and then it's the right of the individual.
Right.
So at the right of an individual with the Second Amendment, that fool would have been laid out with more than 5 shots. Guaranteed. Okay? So when we talk about what's excessive, you have to understand the situation, what makes it excessive. That situation right there would not have been excessive. It would not have. Right? Mm-hmm. First and foremost. Now we have to understand that if you like Ron first started, when we first started talking this, if Ron came at me and I know he had a firearm and he's brandishing his firearm, I'm gonna pump Ron with 5 shots. If I see it the first 2 miss, I'm gonna make sure the last 2 don't miss. And I'm gonna make sure I hit him in places that he's not gonna keep coming at me. Which of course is the leg. You gotta hit the leg, try to hit the thigh. The thigh is the most important spot to hit. Because if you aim right, you can hit the femoral artery, and that person is not getting up. If you hit him in the chest, you better make sure you hit him in the sternum. But if they have a bulletproof vest on, you better know how to aim for the collars. Because the most pain in a person is that collarbone. Once you hit that collarbone, I don't care what they got going on. They're going down like a sack of nickels. Okay? So this comes back to training. So for those that believe 3 rounds or more is excessive, you're wrong, unfortunately. Because your first 2 rounds is going to miss. You're going to miss. You're going to hit points of the body that the person is still going to keep coming at you. That's unfortunate. So it's really the 3rd, 4th, and 5th. So that's where it's at. Those last 3 rounds is where the matter of the firing takes place. After the 5th round, is it excessive? It depends on the situation. It really does. The cop that killed the woman because she came at him with a knife, he pumped 15 rounds into her. Was that excessive? No. Because she kept coming. He hit her 3 times and she kept coming. The cop that wound up reloading on the old man because he had a gun in his holster and the old man just reached for it and he emptied out 2 clips, and then the other 5 cops that were with him emptied out another 2 clips. Was that excessive? Absolutely. Why is it excessive? Because it was an old man and he was reaching for his 6-shooter. He didn't like the fact that kept telling him to give up his gun. He had the right to hold on to his arm, his own weapon. And they got mad and he reached for it and they unloaded on him. Was that excessive? Absolutely, because he never pulled it out. And he looked like he only weighed 110 pounds. Was soaking wet.
Yeah. My thing is this is that. I agree. Like, for me if I was a police officer, I know that my life is under threat when anybody out there that's trying to do harm, whatever case may be. This guy that was coming out of that house, first of all, the fact that 4 people got stabbed just amazes me in itself. It's like, wait a minute. Y'all let him, when the first guy got stabbed, nobody shot. Like, And then somebody else. So in my mind, I'm sitting there imagining all y'all sitting there bleeding like, oh, he stabbed me. Oh, he stabbed me. Like, come on now. Like, what? Four of y'all got stabbed by a guy with a knife. Now,
I'm gonna,
don't get me wrong. It kind of answers the question when Justin Renzo Diesel said he prefer a knife. What did Justice say? He said, I
yeah,
will go and I will get, he said, I will take most of them out with a knife. I prefer the knife.
right.
This
I
guy is
know.
proof of that. He took out four law enforcement officers with a knife.
Yeah,
They all came in there with a big tank gun, buoy tearing down the door, all tactical gear and all this other stuff. And this guy took out four people with a knife.
and it was and they had to stand off for 12 hours because they started in daylight. It was, I think it was like 11 o'clock, 10 o'clock in the morning. They didn't finish till like 10, 11 o'clock at night. Okay.
Y'all shouldn't have never went in. You've been out there for 12 hours. Y'all tired. Go to sleep.
You know, and I want to piggyback off of our backstage conversation we was having before I forget.
Right.
You had mentioned this all came about because of the ICE agent that shot the woman in the red SUV.
Right.
Right, because he had shot. They said that he shot her 4 times, and they were trying to say that was excessive. Right.
Right.
Now, let's look at that scenario real quick for a moment. You have a law enforcement officer being threatened by a person, an individual in a vehicle that weighs anywhere between 3,000 to 6,000 pounds.
Right.
And all he fired was 4 shots.
He was being nice.
I totally agree. Now, on the flip side of that, let's look at how many law enforcement officers that do car chases, and I could tell you from experience, because I know many that did car chases in the town I used to live in, how when they finish this car chase and the car is surrounded and the driver is still alive, how they all come out of their cars, weapons drawn, but there's never one shot fired.
Because they neutralized the threat of the car.
This is correct.
Now, that doesn't say that the person don't have a weapon.
This is true, because I was just about to jump on that one. There's another video where the same exact thing happened. They neutralized the car.
Mm-hmm.
The person came out the car with a pellet gun. All the other cops surrounded him. Nobody took a firing shot. One cop came out of his SUV, ran up on him, and unloaded on him with a carbine, an AR.
And he came out the car with a what?
With an AR.
No,
the person came out with a BB gun.
All right, you're supposed to be dead.
I agree. But now the thing is this. He had about 15 cops around him. No cop took a shot. And it took one cop that came to the scene last, jumped out of his truck with an AR, ran up to the guy, and unloaded the clip on him.
Yeah, because everybody was afraid to. That don't even make sense to me.
That's my point.
Right. I don't care if it's a BB gun. I don't know that, and I ain't trying to figure that part out.
You're not supposed to.
This person, first of all, if they're driving down the street reckless, running from the police, they already decided they don't care about nobody else's life, not even their own. Because they decided to go into a speed chase with this person. Right. They had to use these cars to try to shut this person down, box him in, block him in, or whatever.
Right.
You don't know what this person has in that car. And then he decides to pick up a BB gun. First of all, you stupid. You gonna pick up a BB gun when all these officers got real ones. You already asked to death. You asked for death at that moment. Said, please kill me. Because they're not gonna know that what you have is a BB gun. They're not even gonna see. They're gonna look at what you have as a threat, and they're gonna neutralize it. The fact that these other police officers did not do anything is because they was afraid of losing their job. In the back of their head, they were afraid of having to deal with the legality of killing this person. But the one person with the AR said, I don't care. I want all of us to go home.
That's right. And he decided that he's going to take on the headache and the paperwork and the time sitting at the desk while the
investigator. I don't care.
He didn't care. Exactly. You put all these people, not only all the police officers, but he put every single person that was on the roadway at risk. Even down to when they stopped the car, when they boxed the car in, they boxed the car in against another vehicle that belonged to a civilian, to just an ordinary person. And they had to get that person out of the car before they even did anything.
Like I said, he would have been dead.
So now this comes back to our main point of the question of the show. When are rounds excessive? 3, 5, 10, 15. Now,
when the threat is no longer a threat.
That's when you put them down. But how many rounds does it take to put somebody down? It all depends on the situation.
Right, and that's going to be a varies.
It's not. And that's where the variance is at. It all depends on the situation. Because again, you could put a person down one bullet.
Yeah, I agree with Sean with this one. Honestly, I mean, all jokes aside, I actually have to rock with this statement that he made. It's not easy for a person to take training and play it out for real when taking a life. I agree with that wholeheartedly because it all sounds good when you're talking out your mouth. And for a person like me, honestly speaking, as much as I talk, I value life. And I never want to see nobody lose their life. And this is why I said I had to rock with this statement because I value life. And I don't want to see nobody lose their life. And the other thing is I never want to ever in my life take someone's life. But what's up, Jay?
Flag on the plate.
But
what's your butt?
I also fully understand that how I personally feel about valuing and keeping life, everybody don't feel that way. And when a person had bad intentions, they've already decided that whatever it is that they intend to do me is worth their own life. They decided. I didn't decide that. They decided. Here's my point. If they decided that, if let's say I had a couple of $100 in my pocket and they knew it and they decided they wanted to try to rob me, they decided that $200 that I had in my pocket was worth their life, putting their life on the line for me to possibly have to take them down over $200. Right. Because guess what? That's exactly what's going to happen.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? I'm not going to listen. You know how they say give the person the No, I'm not going to give you the money because I don't know when you escalate to that point, I'm not trying to figure out in that moment, are you there to kill me or not kill me? You already decided that you wanted to kill me.
Right.
All right, well then, give me all your money. And you willing a gun at me, a loaded gun. You already decided you wanted to kill me. You think I'm going to sit there and try to figure out whether you're going to pull that trigger or not?
Right.
Before you got there, you already premeditated the scenario of what you was going to do to me to get the money out of my hand, even if it means kill me.
Right.
You had plenty of time to not do this, but you decided you wanted to. And at that point, you decided that death was okay for you.
Right.
That's not me taking a life. That's you deciding your life does not matter to you. And you are willing to die for whatever it is that you thought that I had.
Right.
That's what that is. And I can agree with that too.
Yeah. There's a lot of that.
Yeah.
Yet now, here's where it gets interesting. And I keep my fingers crossed, as Sean says, inside the room as I make this comment, because I know Sean is former military, and I know for 100% fact he's seen more than enough of taking lives. Some way, some form, he's seen more than enough.
Right.
So when you have a person that has seen it and is in the field of committing the same act, meaning whether they're present military, former military, present police, but former military, and has seen, aka death, at the door, when does that person know enough is enough? Meaning, how many rounds does it take to take the person down? I'm sure that Sean has a particular answer to that, and I keep my fingers crossed he'll come up with it. And then again, I could be wrong, so we're gonna see.
Yeah, like I said, and like Dover Dog says, he said, if you're trained to shoot center mass, you should really only need one round. But if you miss,
No,
no
no,
more than 3 rounds.
no,
And Dover Dogs, I'm
no.
gonna put it to you like this. I understand what he's trying to say, but I think he's missing what we're saying and what we're saying. And here's my point to that. We're yes, all right, let's just say you hit all 3 rounds, right? That doesn't always stop a person. Is the
Nope.
point that we were trying to make. It doesn't. I get what he's saying.
Yeah, I get
All
it.
3 rounds. All right, so you got to understand something. People think that if I hit you 3 rounds, that's supposed to stop a person.
No.
And I said to people, 50 Cent was shot 9 times. He's still here. There's a lot of people. I got a cousin that was shot quite a few times. Now he passed away, but he didn't pass away from gun wounds. He lived 40 years after that. There's a lot of people that has been shot with different caliber of guns multiple times and survived it.
Yeah.
Now here's my point. You hit someone 3 times. They got a firearm in their hand. They go down. But they still moving.
Right.
They on the ground. But they still moving.
Right.
They still have access to their firearm. They still can kind of see you. They still
Right.
have some of their cognitives left.
Yes.
They look, they see you, and they start letting off back at you.
Right.
What do you get what I'm saying? And my point is, they might be laying on the ground, but that don't mean that they still not a threat. You
Right.
get what I'm saying?
Right.
So they land on the ground, okay, they still bleeding out. But while they bleeding out, they still have that gun, they got that trigger, and they start letting off rounds. Now you might end up dying in that scenario too.
Yeah.
And that is the point that I'm making, is that I don't think, even though we're talking this and this is entertaining, I love this conversation because I think it's great. I didn't expect it to go away it's going. But you're never going to know the exact number because every scenario is always going to be different.
Always different. Always different. You can run into the same scenario 3 separate times.
Yep.
And each time is going to be different. It's just because it's the way it is. Because like Dover Dog said, if you hit him center mass 3 times, that's going to take him down. The first bullet, no matter how much you want it to hit center mass, it's not going to hit center mass. So it'll sway to the right, sway to the left. Because it's the way your body now moves as you're firing. That's where the key is at. So when you're firing and you're in a panic attack because it's fight or flight, that's automatic response. That's automatic. It doesn't matter who it is. You're going to lean one way or the other. It's not like in the old Western days. They said, no. You can watch video after video after video now, presently, of all the trainers and all the shooters at competitions, how they practicing how to shoot straight up.
Right.
It's always different when automatically your body, your brain, your psyche goes into fight or flight mode. That's where it counts. I don't care. You can have a gazillion hours of training on the scenarios. It's the fight or flight that your psyche puts on show at that moment, because your psyche sees the threat. It's either going to fight it or it's going to try to get away from it. And that determines how well you can hit center mass.
Yep. I don't think your training kicks in automatic. I think
Training kicks in after the 3rd round.
Yeah, I think at some point, and I'm not saying I'm right. I'm just saying I don't think a person's training automatically kicked in, because I don't think in a moment, in an instant moment, I think what happens is exactly kind of what you're saying, fight or flight. Oh, I'm in a fight. And then there's going to be that brief moment where you got to get yourself ready for the fight if you have time to get in ready for the fight. And at some point in that, it might eventually kick in. But when
Right.
you first, now um I don't think you're training. And listen, I still agree with training. I'm not saying don't.
No,
I'm
training
just
is
saying that
mandatory.
I don't think from an instantaneous situation that your training is going to be instantaneous. I think that there's going to be a moment where it's going to be reactive.
Yes.
Then the training might kick in.
I have to disagree with Sean on this one. Unfortunately, I have to disagree with him. It's not instant.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not listen. I honestly can't speak to whether I'm right or wrong. This is just more of my logic. You know what I'm saying? It's not saying that I'm right or wrong. And listen, Sean might be right. I'm not saying you might be right. Sean might be right.
I'm gonna disagree with him.
Right.
I'm gonna disagree with him.
Okay.
I'm gonna
And
disagree with
listen,
him.
you might be right. I'm just saying this is my thought pattern. This is
Go
why,
ahead.
again, Ron's opinion don't matter. But this is just my thought pattern. Is I don't think that in a situation now, I'm not talking about in military where you already know you're going into combat. I'm not talking about that scenario. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about if you're just going about your life and something happened instantaneous.
Right.
That's where I'm talking about. Like if I'm in the military, right, or a police officer, I don't think that's a different scenario because you already know you're going into like fight. Well, a military a little more than police officer, but the police officer, you kind of train for that type of stuff. But I'm talking about a person like me. I'm using myself as an example.
Go ahead.
I do train.
Right.
I train my firearms officers as I can when I go to the range. Sometimes I just go for fun, but there are a lot of times when I do go, I go specifically for training. But I personally don't think that in a situation arises that instantly it's not going to go the way my head has it played out training wise. I think that I think that's a healthy way to think because I think what's going to initially happen is the shock of, oh, actually something's getting ready to happen. I never thought this would really actually happen. I think that's what's really going to go to my mind. I'm really getting ready to deal with this. This is a real live thing.
Yeah. And that's when the psyche.
That brief moment right there might get me killed.
Absolutely, because at that moment, that's when the psyche kicks in and says
Right.
fight or flight.
Right. And it's like, so, and initially, my first response is going to be to flight because I'm not prepared to fight. You get what I'm saying? You understand the scenario I'm going
Totally.
My first response would probably be to flight is because I'm even run to try to get some protection because I don't know what's going on. If it's a situation that somebody, maybe they're not even attacking me, it's just firearm or somebody shooting in general. I don't know.
Right.
I'm just saying I just don't know. As much as often as I may think of this stuff here and there and do training, I just don't know for sure if that's what's going to happen. Now, somebody in the military, I'm not going to argue with their experience because they might actually have that. But I think militaries, if you're going into combat, you already know what you're going. You kind of already have a mindset of, like when we don't agree with the training, but like that when you show the footage of them going into that house,
Right.
they're already into training mode, even though we don't particularly agree with what they were doing, but they were already in training mode. If that's how they train, rather we agree or disagree, that was their training. I wasn't really kind of say those type of specific scenarios, like even with military. If I'm in the combat and they get ready to drop me into a war zone, I'm already in fight mode. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So that might have an more instantaneous reaction to combat to my training because I'm already in fight mode. But if I'm out in the street and I'm going in the Dunkin' Donuts to get me some nice, juicy, soft very flavorful donut, and some idiot decides they want to spoil the moment for me and rob Dunkin' Donuts or something like that,
Right, right.
my first response in that situation is probably going to be flight.
Eh,
And then maybe after that, I'm not saying anybody else, I'm saying me. Maybe after that, wait a minute, you got something to fight back with.
right.
Now, to Sean's credit, when he said what he said, this is just me giving another scenario.
Go ahead.
Because I'm most of the time I'm very, very alert when I'm out. Like
Right,
I'm looking at, you know how you see people stand in line wait for their food and they like this, looking at the register, looking at everything they're doing. That is not me in the store.
right,
Me
right,
in the store is this.
right, right,
I'm getting 360 visuals and updating information in my head on a regular basis. You get what I'm saying?
oh,
I'm
definitely.
looking at if I can see the drive through, if I can see what the people in the business doing, I'm looking for people's reactions. I'm looking for things going on around me because you never know what you're walking into.
Right,
Now I go into the same Dunkin' Donuts all the time. They know me. You know what I'm saying? I
right,
know all the people in there. This is why I go in and I say, hey, how everybody doing? Good morning. I speak, right?
right, right.
You know why I speak to everybody in Dunkin' Donuts when I go in there? Hopefully they give me some free donuts, but they never do. But honestly speaking, the reason why I try to be cordial, and here's the thing, is because you know how people react to how you speak.
True.
All right, so let's say you go into someone, let's say you go into Dunkin' Donuts. If I go into Dunkin' Donuts and I say hello, everybody, and everybody seems tensed,
Right,
they're not really speaking back.
right.
Something seems off and they're not even busy. I know that that might be a 911 call.
Okay, I see where you're going with that.
You get what I'm saying?
I see where you're going
This
with
is the
that.
reason why, right? That might be a 911. Wait a minute, something don't seem right.
Right, right, right.
You know what I'm saying? And
That's a blink twice if you need my help.
right, exactly. It's like, you know what I mean. And I'm not saying just any if I'm like that anywhere I go. If I go somewhere on a regular basis, because it gives me a reason like to kind of know what's going on. And if I go in there and let's say I'm only using them because I go there on a regular basis,
Right,
and they be like, I'm like, hey, how y'all doing? And everybody like, you know, they're halfway speaking or like that. I'm like, either y'all mad at the management
right,
or something seems off.
right, right.
Because
I
I
get
can
it.
tell the difference and I'm like, oh yeah, something ain't right. And then if I see faces in there, something that I'm not used to seeing, then you know what I'm saying? That's a different scenario.
Right, right, right. Now, I want to piggyback, if you don't mind, for just a quick moment.
You go.
And I do mean keep it quick. I want to piggyback off of Sean's statement as far as proper training. I agree with Sean wholeheartedly when it comes to training, right?
Right.
Where I had disagreed with him is that training instantly kicks in. Unless the training part, again, just to give respect to Sean because he has served in the military.
Right.
And please understand something: 141 Bravo, 29 Palms. That should tell you enough. I understand when he says it kicks in instantly. Yet, as much as it kicks in instantly, there's still that 30-second window of fight or flight. You just got to think for just one moment how many times you breached and the target in front of you did not seem to be a threat. And the first thing you did was you stepped back right before you had to do anything. That's the flight or fight. That step back is the flight or flight because that's where you're going to either run or you're going to take a stance to do some harm. That's that 30-second window that I talk about when we hear the term instantly. Instantly is a snap of a finger.
Right.
That's instant. The only thing that does this is fight or flight because that's when your adrenaline starts running.
Right.
So whether you're a cop or whether you're military, I'll even put it down to a regular person like yourself and myself, Ron. We're in the street, we're at Dunkin' Donuts, we're at Starbucks, wherever it may be at. This is where fight or flight kicks in. Because that's where you have to figure out
I'm not military.
Or don't.
I'm not military. I never trained in the military. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not going to I don't even think this is about right or wrong anyway. This is, we can Okay, Sean says the flight becomes an option, not a reaction. Now, like again, it's I'm seeing both sides to this, but I'm like, that's why I said I'm thinking about myself, and I wasn't putting anyone else in that scenario because, I think everybody's different.
Yes, of course.
Of course. I think everybody's different. So, now the reason why there's a part of me that's saying Sean has some merit to what he's saying is this. I thought about something that Mike Tyson always said when he was getting ready to go into boxing. They asked him, was he scared? And he said he was always scared.
Right.
He said, well, what happens when you get in the ring? He said, when I get in the ring, I'm no longer scared. Because now I'm in the moment.
Right.
There's nothing to be, you know what I'm saying? Everything goes away because now you're in the moment. When the fight starts, you got to go to work.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So it's not about fight, flight. You got to fight because the fight started. So, you know what I'm saying? So that's why I said I'm going to give a little bit merit to what he's saying.
Go ahead.
It's because here's the thing. Up until that point, we think about these type of things. So I get that point. Right. I get that point.
Okay.
Now, for me personally, this is why I said me personally. I don't know. I never served in the military. Again, kudos to everybody serving in the military. Sometimes I wish I did because I think that there might be something in there that I could have gotten that I never got. I don't know.
Okay.
But I never served in the military, so I can't speak to what they experiences because they served in the military, and there might be something there that they have that I don't know. But I'm thinking about myself, and I'm like, what would I do instantly? Like, what would be my instant reaction? And I think my first instinct will probably be, you better get out of this. Is to get out of it until I realize I have to fight. Because I am a type of person, my first reaction is to avoid conflict.
Right.
Not engage conflict.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
My first reaction is to avoid conflict. Not engage conflict.
Okay.
So that's why I said for me personally, I think my first reaction would be to avoid conflict.
Which is flight.
Right, which is flight. Now, if I can't flight,
then you have to fight.
Then I have to fight.
Yes.
And that's because of my preservation of I don't want to hurt nobody. I don't want to kill nobody. I don't want to take no life.
Right.
I only want to do it if I have to do it.
Right.
But I don't ever want to do it. So if I can avoid it, I'm going to try to avoid it.
Well, I'm glad you said that. Let me jump in real quick. Let me jump in there real quick because I want to pick your brain about something. How you mentioned that there. So we all started this conversation about excessive force, excessive bullets, so forth, firing. Right. So as you said a moment ago, you prefer to preserve life versus take a life.
Right.
And you automatically are saying, or indirectly saying, shall I say, you're indirectly saying that you would prefer flight over fight.
Right.
Now I'm gonna come back real quick. Now you had mentioned Mike Tyson says that he's always scared until he gets into the ring because when he gets into the ring, it's fight mode.
Right.
That's the key. It's fight mode.
Right.
But yet he already knows I need to win. So since I need to win, I need to take the first punch and the strongest punch to knock him down and he doesn't get up no more. That's Mike Tyson's thought. Because if you remember, that's what he always said. I always hit to knock him out. I want the first punch to always knock him out because I don't want to give him a chance to hit me. So there is the point of fight, just like when you're firing a round. You want to make sure the first round, the first bullet that comes out, takes the target down. So now coming back to how Sean put it a moment ago, that flight becomes an option, not a reaction. Flight and fight are both reactions because it's the reaction that you're doing to the situation. It's how you react of the situation, whether it's for you to flight or whether it's for you to fight. So basically, all I ask is this. There was a time that there was a specific country that a lot of military people went to, okay? And when they arrived there, they were treated very unfairly, okay? And if Sean catches what I'm saying, because I don't want to put too much information, because I don't want to insult anybody, and I definitely don't want anyone to feel bad about what I'm saying. You had to look at what the person was wearing 20 times over just to be safe that you were not going to be harmed. So at that moment, with all the training that you were given, you still have to figure out whether it's flight or fight. You know what you're there for. You're there to prevent certain things from happening. Yet your safety, your people's safety, your team safety comes a point. Do we all flee or do we all take on this one individual that has a certain outfit on that we don't know what's underneath? There is where the question of reaction comes in, and how I find it just a little bit different of how he's seeing things. I'm not disagreeing with him wholeheartedly.
I'm not disagreeing with him. Like I said, I think
the reaction is what you do. That's why it's called reaction. The action, what is the reaction of what you do? Whether you fight, that's the action. The reaction of fighting is you winning, you continuing the fight. The reaction to a flight is you thought about it, you hesitated, and then you ran. So that's the reaction. So that split second is where it really comes into play. So now when you walk into Dunkin' Donuts and you see that everybody's stressed out, not saying hi, looking a little kind, looking a little odd, you start scanning the room, right? You want to make sure that you're safe, right? Do you draw first or do you look first?
All right. My first reaction is to look. Maybe pry a little bit.
Because the donuts are getting hurt?
Yeah, I gotta save those donuts, man. You can't let them die. But no, maybe pry a little bit to see if what my thought is probably what's really going on. Now, here's my point to that, is that because I know I go in this place, let's just say there is something going on, but I can't see the person. You know what I mean? Right. But there is something on.
Right.
My reaction would probably be like, oh, y'all still not going to let me come back there, huh?
Right. Right. Because you're using
to see what their reaction is to what I say.
Right.
And if they turn around and respond and say, no, not today.
That already tells you somebody's back there. That shouldn't be back there.
That tells me somebody's back there. Then that means go outside, hit 911.
Right.
Now that don't mean go again. Go hit 911.
Right.
This is why you got to hit 911. Listen, I'm not sure, but something seemed off in this Dunkin' Donuts. Y'all need to send patrol here.
Right.
Let them handle that.
Right.
Don't try to handle it yourself.
Right.
And here's the reason why I say don't try to handle it yourself. Because at that moment, nobody's dead. Everybody's in tense mode, and I don't know what's going on. But something seems off. So in my moment, I'm going to say, all right, y'all have a good day. You know what I mean?
Right.
Go outside, hit my phone. Listen, something just seemed off in this Dunkin' Donuts. If y'all can send somebody here to check on them, because the way that they're acting is weird.
Right.
It's like something's going on.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And then I would wait outside until the police got there.
Okay.
And I say, I'm the one that called. Something just seems off.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
I got you.
That would be my reaction in that scenario.
Okay.
But I'm not going to go pick up a fight because honestly, that's not my fight. Now, if I go in there and I see someone with a firearm, and the situation is different, and I have an opportunity to put a stop to it, I'm going to put a stop to it. I don't care what happens after the fact. I'm just sorry.
Okay.
Because at the end of the day, and I'm not saying it has to be Dunkin' Donuts, I'm just saying in general.
Right. In
You got
general.
innocent lives there. And if I'm the only one that can save these lives because you're putting everybody else's life in jeopardy,
Right.
and I might lose my life in the process, I find no better way to die than that way. If
Okay.
that would happen. God forbid, hopefully I don't.
Right.
But I probably will be, I'm going to be that person that's going to do the right thing because in that situation, that is the right thing to do. If I see an opportunity to eliminate the threat, I'm willing to deal with the consequences of that. It is what it is.
Okay.
Because I rather live with the fact that I'm dealing with this whole situation because I save lives than live with the fact that I let people die and I didn't do anything about it and I could have.
Okay.
That will carry harder on me
I can
than
see
the
that.
other.
Now, before I make this statement, can you run that beautiful beam footage that you got for that 30-second commercial with your promo code?
Yes, sir.
Fellas, ladies, you looking for lotions? You looking for beard oils? But unfortunately, everything you get from mainstream got chemicals in it and they're probably killing you? No problem, we got you. Go check out my people from Top to Bottom Hair and Skincare. That's Top to Bottom Hair and Skincare. www.top2bottom, BOTTU, the U is for unique, M.com. Tell them I sent you.
And we're back.
We're back. And make sure y'all take advantage of that 15% discount on all your purchases of $35 and up of Top to Bottom hair and skincare products. Getting that wonderful hair care, skincare, candles, body wash, deodorant, car freshener, house freshener, all types of good stuff. Make sure you get your hands on it. 15% off. Make sure y'all use that promo code OG Network 26. That is the promo code OG Network 26. That'll get you 15% off of any purchase of $35 and up. And that's real talk. Sure, Mr. Sitton, I left this up here and I'm hopefully he's still on the live. But do you feel like felons should lose rights to bear arms for non-gun related crimes? Now Jay already know my answer to this, so I'm gonna let Jay rock out first because my answer is my answer, and I'm all right. So, but Sean gave his answer is Mr. Sick, not without fully assimilating back into American society, earning those rights back. And what's up, Mike?
What's happening, Mike? It's good to see you, brother. Appreciate you stopping in.
Appreciate you stopping in. Now, I'm gonna let Jay respond, and then I'm gonna jump in.
Okay. With respect to the question, we first have to understand something. As Ron would say, the right to bear arms is your right. It's against government tyranny. I'm going to piggyback off what he says because that's what he says. Everyone has the right to bear arms, regardless of what it is that you have done.
Right.
Now, I'm going to piggyback off of that and say laws are created to hinder the law-abiding citizen because criminals don't care.
Right.
That's the next part.
Right.
So now, if a person has a felony, okay, regardless of their male or female, has a felony, we have to first understand the reason why right now in the United States government, the Department of Justice, aka DOJ, has stated a person that is considered a felon does have the right to bear arms because as they have proven, A, they have not been a threat to society ever since their charge. Because you could have got a felon just because you had the wrong prescription in your pocket and you were listed as a felon because you went to court for it. But now 20 years later, does that hinder you from being an owner of a firearm? Absolutely not. You could have got into a bar fight and knocked the person cold cock unconscious and they fell down, bumped their head, and all of a sudden they didn't get back up no more. Are you still a felon? It was an accident. That's why they shift the laws around so much. Yet to the kit and caboodle behind that answer is this: if you're a felon, you should be allowed to bear arms as long as you have proven you are not a threat to society with a firearm. Because that should be the key point. And that, to me, this is just me. This is my opinion. And my opinion does matter because a lot of people call me a big talker. If you take a psychological evaluation of why you need a firearm and you pass it, not with one, but with 7 psychiatrists, then I believe you should have that right to bear arms. If you are a felon. The reason why I say that is because I've known many police officers that were not rat tight that just got the gun because they wanted to prove that they were boss. And you understand what I mean by boss. Go ahead, Ron.
I disagree with all that.
That's fine. That's fine.
Jay already knew that. Jay already knew where I was going to go. He already did. And so this it's not a surprise to that. And this is I always go back to this is that I don't trust if it's a right. Hear me out on this one. If it's a right that man is giving you, then it's a right that man gonna try to take. They can take away from you, right?
Yeah.
But here's where I always disagree with these type of stuff because number one, when you give government any type of inch, they're going to take a mile. Right?
Isn't that the criminal way to do things? Go ahead.
Right. So our Constitution says this right shall not be infringed. Right. I don't care about the other stuff that they try to throw in. Here's my point to that. It has nothing to do with criminals. This is why I say that. The right to keep and bear arms has zero to do with criminals. People get that misconstrued a whole lot. They think the right to keep and bear arms and carry weapons and stuff has everything to do with protecting yourself against criminals. It doesn't. That's a byproduct. The right to keep and bear arms is you to protect yourself against government tyranny. So why do the government feel they have the right to limit what you can have? They don't.
They shouldn't.
This is where they can try to throw all the clause they want to throw in there. Felons, non-felons, criminals, and stuff like that. But here's the kicker. Even with all of that, felons still get guns, don't they?
This is true.
Even with all of that, felons still get these type of stuff.
This is true.
So it doesn't prevent felons. It doesn't stop felons. All of it is bull and hogwash.
Right.
What it does is it makes it complicated for everyday law-abiding citizens to obtain weapons to protect themselves against government tyranny. So my question to you is this. Why would people think because someone is a felon, they don't have the right to protect themselves against government tyranny?
That's where the question falls. Now, I like his point. And we're not going to skip what you just said, Ron. We're not going to skip that. But I do like his point that he said.
But again, right now, here's the thing. He said you lose your citizenship, right? Your citizenship. Now, meanwhile, we have non-citizens that has what over here in America?
Look. 1.2 million undocumented individuals in the United States of America that have weapons.
Again, this is why I keep trying to get people to comprehend. If it's to protect yourself against government tyranny, why is the government even having this conversation? Everybody beyond citizens that work in government, it's against them. They have no right to even talk this conversation. This is where I think people are totally missing it at. So in my opinion, I know people don't agree with me, and that's cool. But my thing is, just because someone has a criminal record, they still have the right to fight them to protect themselves against government tyranny. You understand my point? It has nothing to do with criminals. This is where everybody misses at. This is what the politicians try to tell you. Oh, well, you don't need all that to protect yourself against criminals. But what do I need to protect myself against government tyranny? Where does that stop? And where does that go? Government got tanks. So you want me to fight against tanks with a 9mm pistol? And for some for some type of crazy reason, people don't think that the government will never organize against the people.
Proven time and time again.
You understand my sense? So I understood when they wrote that Second Amendment, they wrote it against government tyranny because that's what was going on at the time. Government tyranny. They wanted to be free from what? British rule, right?
Yeah.
And they wanted to put something in place to make sure that every citizen had the right to protect themselves against government tyranny. Basically, what they said, that government have no say-so in this. None. They don't. Law enforcement, Constitution, Congress, none of them have no right to say anything about this. Go ahead.
We have to take out the words GOVTYRANNY. We're not able to use those words.
What word?
We just GOVTYRRANY. We're not able to use those two words together. Apparently, the AI put us into the reboot to see exactly what we're talking about.
They ain't gonna hear this part.
Because the whole night we didn't get a reboot. We didn't get a reboot. We didn't freeze.
Yeah, I know.
All of a sudden, you said those two words together, and the AI said, "Wait a minute, what these fools are talking about?"
No, Kevin coming in. Trump has 34 felons, and now he's the president.
The same way most of the politicians that are in your city and state actually have 3 or 4 felons under their belts, and they still politicians, making money off of you, and all those that voted for them in. It's the same way, because just because you have a felony does not mean that you're a cold hard, aka felon, criminal.
Right.
That's where the slippery slope comes in.
Since Kevin brought this up, right? This is why this is a slippery...
brother Slick. Appreciate you stopping
definitely, by, Mr. Slick. This is why, since Kevin threw it in there, he actually helped the conversation a little bit before we get off. This is why I don't agree with allowing law enforcement, government, people to be able to make decisions on gun law. Zero. This is exactly why. Because if you look at this thing that he said about Trump having 34 felons, right? They never talk about how many laws that they changed to try to make him a felon.
Right.
They say he got 34 felons, which we know that all been done away with. But let's just go with a felon. Let's say he's a felon, right? The thing that they never pay attention to is that these law people will rewrite a law to make people into felons just to keep them from having the right to keep and bear arms. And you know who was the biggest master of that? Joe Biden. You get what I'm saying?
Oh, I get it.
Because the minute he saw melanated people owning more firearms, what did he do?
Started saying you couldn't do it.
You're trying to say you couldn't do it.
That's right.
So again, this is why you do not give government.
Who these colored people think they getting these dang on weapons for? They ain't gonna do nothing else. We gotta take them rocks away from them damn boys.
Right, and that's why he wrote that crime bill, and that's why he wanted to ban assault weapons.
Well. Let me piggyback off of something real quick.
Go ahead.
When he did that, and we watched the crime rates go sky high with gun violence, how many of them people did they actually write into the books that were Caucasian? I'm gonna say maybe 2%. But they turned around and wrote 98% of melanated people firing weapons like that and getting into trouble and becoming felons.
Yep.
Yet we all know, for those that don't know, I'll tell you, go over to Texas and see exactly how many melanated people are walking around with firearms. Hell, come to certain parts of the Carolinas.
That was his whole intent. His whole intent, it was racially motivated. Joe Biden's intent was racially motivated. He has such a distaste for the black community. When he started seeing black people owning automatic weapons and automatic and better firearms that they thought that they had access to, he went and he fought to try to ban those assault weapons. Because here's the thing: look how long assault weapons was out, and then all of a sudden, when they start hitting in the black communities, then all of a sudden they had a problem with it.
Well, the bottom line is this: we have to understand.
Wait a minute, what did he say? Let's just. That was Ronald Reagan that want black folk carrying guns. You're right. He did want black folk carrying guns because that's exactly what he wrote.
Because he believed in everybody has the right to bear arms. Didn't matter your skin color.
So thank you, Kevin, for admitting that.
If you were alive and you was part of the United States of America, you had the right to bear arms. You had the right to carry your firearm on your hip, just like the rest of us did. That's his bottom line. We have to understand something. The fact of that you have the right to bear arms is your right.
Right.
And let's understand something. I'm gonna throw a little twist in there. For many of us are drivers in the cars, right? And trucks and SUVs, pickup trucks included. So is driving a right or a privilege?
Well, they used to call it a right. I mean, a privilege. I personally think it's a right.
Okay. I'm gonna tie the both of them together in a minute. Go ahead, I'm gonna let you finish.
Because it's a way of life.
Okay.
I look at it as a right. It's a way of life.
So if I'm driving 105 miles down the highway and you're doing 65 miles down the highway, am I wrong or are you wrong?
Wait a minute, who going what?
I'm doing 165 miles an hour driving down the highway. You're driving down the highway at 65 miles an hour. Speed limit is 65 miles an hour. You're doing 65, I'm doing 125. Am I right or am I wrong?
Did you get caught?
No.
Then you ain't wrong.
But am I right or am I wrong?
According to the law, you're wrong.
Okay. So then why is it that we gun owners have to tell the government what we have?
Why is it we shouldn't have to?
But it's a right to bear arms. Key phrase, right to bear arms.
We shouldn't have to. I don't agree with no gun law. The difference, here's the thing. You can't put the two scenarios together because
Sure
here's the thing. It all depends on how you define a car.
Careful.
You know where I'm going with this.
I have a very strong feeling I know where you're going with it. I just want to make sure we go with the right.
Listen,
and
I have a right to drive because my car is my weapon. So don't tell me I don't have a right. That's why I said they call it a privilege, but for me it's a right because I'm using my car to protect myself from government terror.
God dang, you done said it again. Ah, dang, here we go into the AI is gonna go beep 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 beep. It's gonna get all confused and shut down the channel now. See, the reason why I tied those two together is because I see how people would prefer to drive a car versus own a firearm.
Because they don't see a firearm as a necessity.
But yet, which one's going to keep you safer?
Well, at 165 miles per hour, you're probably risking your life. But if somebody's chasing you, you might get away.
Look here now. I used to ride motorcycle 200 miles 200 miles an hour down the highway.
Second Amendment is in the Constitution. Having a driver's license is not. Good
Which makes
point.
what? A
Good
right
point.
or a privilege.
It all depends. Now, here's my point.
Yet, here's the funny part.
That's
Here's
why
the
I
funny
say
part.
it's a right. Let me ask you. Here's the thing.
Let
We
me
can
get
take
this
this
in.
scenario.
Hang on, I want to get this in there before I forget.
Go ahead.
But doesn't the government tell you what to do about both of them?
They're not supposed to. I disagree with it. Now, here's my point to this: is that all right? Again, the right to keep and bear arms is not specific to guns. It's specific to weapons, right?
Right.
So if I decided that my car is no longer a car, it's a weapon that I use to protect myself from government tyranny.
Ah, dang you, son. Said it again. Why don't you damn listen? Go ahead.
You see my point.
Oh, I see your point.
Right. All right. So now, again, what if that tank behind you is a picture, but what if that tank behind you was your everyday driver, but also what you use to protect yourself against government tyranny?
All right, Dad, now said it again. Yes. That rule does not fly because every time a sovereign citizen tries to run that line about I'm just here for travel, gets thrown in the back of a police car because they say, well, the law says you cannot do X, Y, and Z. The law. So you got to be real careful. You got to be real careful when you try to speak like a sovereign citizen.
And honestly,
come back to gun laws, you got to ask yourself that question. If those names and people, Republicans, Democrats, presidents, governors, whoever politician says that you cannot bear right, you cannot have a firearm, you have to ask yourself the question, why is that you are telling me that when I do have that right? Because I am born here. It's a blood right.
Right. It's a birthright.
Blood right.
The reason why they're telling you that is because they want to control your life. And they want to eliminate one of the biggest threats. They want to eliminate you having access to one of the biggest threats to them.
Absolutely.
That's what that is.
That's what it is.
Right. So if I can eliminate the biggest threat to me, then I can turn around and control everything y'all do. Because I still have. I'm not doing what I'm telling y'all supposed to do.
That's right. We're not telling anybody.
The very people that say that stuff still got firearms and all this stuff around them. Here's my point. All of the presidents, all of the Congress, all of the people in the governors, the mayors, and all of these people that keep writing these laws never remove those type of things from around them.
Of course not. We ask this question.
So my thing is this: if they're that dangerous and is that having it is that bad, why do you be the first partaker? Y'all get rid of it.
Get rid of your security staff. Go live in the hood. Get yourself an apartment inside the project building where it smells like piss and shit every single day.
Right.
And then turn around and say, you don't have the right to do it. You experience, walk them shoes and understand why it has to be that way. And then we'll be all right.
Right.
I agree.
You be the first partaker. It don't mean I'm going to follow you. It just mean you put your money where your mouth is and you be the first partaker.
It's funny.
They're not going to do that. While they telling you that, they still loading up and picking up.
Yes, you have to have a license to drive. Don't you also have to have a license to carry a firearm? Isn't that what we're talking about here?
No.
A license doesn't grant experience. You're being very narrow-minded. Oh Lord, we got a little chat battle going on here.
Now here's the thing: driving a car and using a firearm is two separate things.
Oh hell no, it ain't.
You can't equate the two. To learn how to use a firearm takes different type of learning than
that it does
to operate a vehicle. Operating a vehicle is by far more dangerous than a firearm.
That is definitely true.
Right. So when somebody says about my thing is this: how somebody defines a law doesn't make it right. This is why I don't agree with all laws. I don't even agree with people having driver's license. I really don't. That's just my personal opinion. I disagree with driver's license. I think insurance should be a choice. Car insurance should be a choice. I disagree with all of that because I learned how to drive at the age of 14. I ain't had no driver's license. And I drove better than most people I knew that had it.
Right.
They both take training. They're equally dangerous in the wrong hands.
I agree.
I think cars are more dangerous. By far more dangerous than a gun.
I'm gonna say they're equally dangerous.
And I'm explaining to you why I think a car is by far more dangerous. Let's just say you in New Orleans, right? Where everybody's out in the street enjoying themselves. I can
Right.
take way more people out with that car than you'll take out with that gun because you're gonna have to keep reloading.
Oh no.
By the time you do all of that with that gun,
No. I disagree there, buddy.
I'm gonna be poop, 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 poop.
I'm disagreeing with you, buddy. Go ahead.
I mean, that's just me. Like if I took my pickup truck and I decide I'm just gonna start taking out bodies, I can put some steel on the front of that truck and it'd be a wrap. Take the bumper off, put a steel bumper on there. And I can run down a whole lot of people with that. You can do a whole lot of damage. Listen, I'm gonna be honest with you. I think knives sometimes are more dangerous. A good knife is more dangerous than a gun because it's quiet. If you shoot up a loud gun, people hear it. Most people start running and scattering.
Yeah.
You start running people over in one neighborhood. You get out of there. You can go start it all over again.
Well, if you can get away from something like this.
Oh yeah, that's a different story. Now you're talking about a Gatling gun. That's different stuff. I mean, like they ain't gonna have time to run.
Oh, so if I got this right,
now you're causing it to rain bullets. I'm talking about like a regular dart, not no raining bullets in your neighborhood type of stuff.
So if you got somebody driving a car down the streets of New Orleans because it's Mardi Gras and they felt the need to drive the car down the road, and I'm standing at the other side of the road.
Yeah, I agree with Sean on that one.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm just saying. I'm just saying.
Guns take more lives, clips. No, they don't. Guns do not take more lives. Guns are not the number one killers.
People are.
People are. Guns don't kill nobody. Here's the thing. They don't even come close. You know what is the number one killer in America?
Ignorant.
Planned Parenthood.
Damn.
They're responsible for 600,000 deaths a year.
Can somebody call flag on the plane?
They're responsible for 600,000 deaths a year on average. Now, let's go look at car accidents compared to gun murders. They're about the same. Deaths from vehicle accidents and death from guns are almost about the same a year.
Yeah, I can.
And here's the thing. A lot of it is still manipulated because they don't realize that a lot of places manipulate the numbers.
Yeah.
A lot of cities manipulate the numbers.
Right.
So, hold up.
That's because the inner cities have more melanated people than Caucasian folks, and that's why they get reported more.
Sean said, I'll take a semi-auto and a long arm, and you can try to hunt me down with your truck. Yeah, you won't win that one.
Go ahead, Sean. We're on the same boat.
You won't win that one.
We're gonna wipe him out before he even before the car even gets into second gear.
That if you know the truck that I'm in, I'm actually in.
I don't care what truck you in. I'm gonna hit that motor. I'm gonna make sure that thing stops.
Yeah, well, you better have something heavy enough to stop it because these nines ain't stopping no more.
I didn't say that. Do I need to bring it back up? Do I need to bring it back up?
People with guns kill people. No, they don't. That's a stupid. That's about that statement right there don't even make sense. Let me explain to you why that's. People with guns kill people. All right, so in America,
you got that right. In America,
there is 100 guns. It is estimated that there is over 100 firearms to every one citizen in America. There's over 100 firearms to every one citizen. So if guns was dangerous and they outnumber citizens 100 to 1, there will be no more citizens.
That's right. There
will only be guns. No more citizens.
That's right.
Can I get a clap on that?
Oh, great show. Great show.
Therefore, I might add, see, because here's the thing. I had a dream that one day we would all be free to have all the firearms that we want. We would have black firearms and white firearms and red firearms and green firearms. And at one point in life, we'll be free at last. Free at last. Thank God Almighty, our guns are free at last.
Well, I can sit here in the test that what you saying is right, because I done seen a pink gun, I done seen a green gun, I done seen a beige gun. I could not believe when I seen a hot candy apple red gun, and I done seen a gold gun as well. So you are right.
That sounds a bit pretty.
It sounds pretty.
I ain't never seen a candy apple red gun.
I have. Candy apple shiny too. Candy apple
handgun
red.
Or shotgun?
Handgun. 9mm. Candy apple red.
Now I want me a candy apple color red. I want me a candy apple red. AR-15.
I say, God dang it.
I just had a vision.
He seen the light. Well, I want Kelvin. Kelvin, please understand something. I understand I understand your statement, right? I'm gonna pull this up real quick. It's almost time for me to go.
Yes.
I'm gonna pull this statement up. Kelvin says car accidents states it's an accident. Gun violence is intentional. School shooters, church shooters, mall shooters, constant shooters. Okay, I'll give you that. All
right, let me ask you a question. First thing is, there's no such thing as gun violence. I'm going to go with that one first of all. There is no such thing as gun violence. Because guns don't have personalities to be violent. Guns don't have the ability to be violent. That's a talking point that people try to use. So my point to you is this. Why don't y'all use the phrase knife violence? The second point to you is this: car accidents are not all accidents or accidents. You know how many people have been intentionally ran over by a car? That's not an accident. So when you make this statement, again, you're not making sense. Because here's the thing about that. Renee Good tried to run over that ICE agent. Would that have been an accident? You see my point? So when you start talking about accidents, there is no accident all accidents aren't actual accidents. Jay, remember we was watching a video where the girl at the gas station
Right.
was trying to run somebody over and hit
Yeah.
this person, hit that person,
Yeah.
and then took off and flipped
Yeah.
the vehicle over.
Yeah.
Was that an accident?
No.
That was intentional.
Yes, it was.
Not a firearm involved.
That's right.
So my point again is this. People make these stupid statements because it's stupid without really actually thinking it out. So again, if people take cars and try to be violent with them, why do they not call it car violence? Now let's go a little bit further because I want you to see how many people die by way of fist. So why do we not ban people's fists? Because just as many people have been beat down by fists and died. So again, why don't we call that fist violence? Why is it that the only thing that they equate to violence, this is why I said it's a talking point, is they use the gun, which is the biggest threat to all of them. They don't use none of them other things as a threat. They only use the gun. That's why I say they pick up what's the word you use? Regurgitate someone else's talking points. They don't have a clue what they're talking about.
Facts.
So if you're going to say violence, violence is violence. Whatever you use to be violent, then you equate that to the violence.
That's right. That's right.
Because at the end of the day, I've known people to listen. Kitchen knives have killed people.
Yeah.
Have we ever had a conversation about banning people having kitchen knives in the kitchen?
No.
Wait a minute. Frying pans.
Frying pans. Yes. Cool.
So have we ever had a conversation about banning frying pans? My brothers and sisters out there, that the only thing that everybody keep equating to violence is the gun. So again,
it's just unfortunate.
Now look at this. This is when you know you got them. This is when you know you're under their skin. So Kevin, is that a threat? Because that's exactly what that is. When someone say Charlie Kirk said that right before he got shot, that means that what I said, that means you want to shoot me based off of what I said. That right there tells me that you are violent.
Well, you didn't touch a nerve with me. I'm gonna tell you like that. I mean,
no, I'm talking about with this person. When you make a statement like that, that means that you are a violent person because you took offense to what I said, and now you're equating it to Charlie Kirk saying you want me shot because you don't like what I said out of my mouth. That's what that is. That's violent.
It's unfortunate because what happens here is this: we tend to be, rather, society tends to be so regurgitative. I want to use that word, whether it's a word in the dictionary or not. I'm gonna use it. People have a tendency to use and say what other people said because it sounds good.
Right.
So that's where the problem really lies. It doesn't matter the fact that Charlie Kirk was unalived by someone who didn't like what he was saying, and or whether it was because he had a different agenda, whatever the reason is. The person didn't have a right to do that. It was out of selfishness. Okay, let's understand that. That's what I believe. So here's what happens. As society continues to be commonly stupid, because they don't even use common sense anymore. So when many years ago, when I was a kid growing up, there was a book, and there was two books, matter of fact, that were very, very popular. They were called golden books. They had gold backbones. One book was about a king who walked down his whole kingdom butt naked because someone turned around and told him they made the best clothes for him and he was walking around butt naked. Right? The other one is about how the sky is falling. So for many years, people read those both books. So the way society is now, we're regurgitating information that A, they haven't verified, B, just sounds good, C, they don't even have common sense anymore to even look into it.
Right.
So first you have to ask yourself, am I saying something that's right? Or am I saying something that is completely wrong? Because just because it sounds good doesn't mean it's right. And when you talk on Ron's opinion don't matter, the OG network, you best come correct. Because on this network, we're going to call you out with some buffoonery.
Right.
Because at the end
That's
of the
what
day,
that was.
somebody's got to teach you the right way.
Right.
And
In
on the
my
OG
opinion,
network, you're going to learn.
they can't be taught. They don't want to be taught.
Oh, they're gonna they want to be taught. They want to be taught. That's why they say these
You know
things.
who Kevin is, right?
Hell no.
Donald.
Oh, gee whizzes. The wannabe pizza basketball player?
You know it. The one and only.
Ah, the cult leader. Okay.
Now
Welcome back.
he gonna try to act like he's not, but that's what I'm going
Welcome back.
to that same old place that you laughed about. Where the names have all changed since you hung around. Or something like that.
Oh my gosh. Now you know what I gotta do, right? You know what I gotta do. I gotta do it. I gotta do it. I gotta do it. I gotta do it.
And I love that last part. Just teasing my lot because we got him on the spot. Welcome back.
I gotta do it. 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 If that didn't fit him perfectly because he changed his name, but he came around with a different name.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, man.
Oh my goodness. I used to like that show too, man.
It was a beautiful show. It was a beautiful show.
Oh man. We better get up out of here,
Joyce,
man.
always good to see you. Welcome, welcome, welcome.
Joyce, how you doing?
Always good to see you.
Oh my goodness.
I think we hit a couple nerves tonight.
So funny.
What was that? I missed that.
I said I got tears running down my eyes. That was so funny.
It sure was. I mean, I had to do it, man. I had to do it. I had to do it. I had to do it.
Oh man, that was funny. Woo! I'm gonna sleep good tonight.
You too, Sean. You too. Have a great
No
one.
problem.
Appreciate you stopping by.
Appreciate you.
Don't let tomorrow be so shitty, all right?
Yeah. Sean on the other side, like
my bad,
Sean,
Sean, you gotta. I gotta apologize to you. I gotta keep throwing them things in there, man. I know what you're all about. You're a good guy. You're a great guy. You know.
Yeah.
You know,
Sean on the other side over there, like shit. I do gotta work tomorrow.
Or even better, he don't do shit on the weekends. That's a good one. That's a good one. Yeah, that's perfect. Don't let anybody give you any shit either.
Right.
And if it's a shitty weekend, turn around, tell them leave the shit for Monday.
Oh my goodness.
Oh my goodness gracious.
Oh my goodness. Anyway, I need to go anyway because I got shit.
Shit can See, Sean, you done started some shit again.
I know. Well, I shit on myself. Now I gotta call Sean to clean it up. Oh my goodness.
Oh my
We
goodness.
better get out of here, man.
Yeah, man, we gotta get out of
We
here.
appreciate y'all. Make sure y'all hit the like button. Make sure y'all
Oh,
hit the subscribe button. Make sure y'all taking advantage of that 15% discount on all your purchases of top to bottom hair and skincare products. If you spend $35 and you use that promo code OG Network 26, that is OG Network 26. And we appreciate y'all support. We really, really do. I had a great, great, wonderful time. And I'm quite sure y'all did. Sean, Joyce, Kevin, wherever you are now, Joyce Ort, and everyone else that was in the chat. My Sports Vibes,
yes,
my
big old
brother.
shout out to Mike Sports. Big old
Yes,
shout out to Sean. Big
this
old
was so
shout out
much
to
fun, man. I
Kelvin.
had a good time, bro. I'm glad we did it the way we did it today because it actually turned out to be a great show.
I could not disagree with you, brother. I could not disagree
Yeah,
with you. And we gotta thank everybody who came in the chat. Because
yeah,
of
man.
course, those people that came in the chat with their questions, comments, and statements,
Yeah,
that's
man.
what
Good
made the
show.
show even nicer.
Yes.
We appreciate you stopping in. We appreciate you sharing your thoughts. Kelvin, of course, Sean, Focus Pool, appreciate you coming on through. And of
Yes.
course, Mike Sports Bar, we got Mike Sports Vibe, we got to appreciate you.
Yes.
Mr. Sick Gaming, thank you very much for stopping in with your comments, concerns, questions. We appreciate every little bit of information. Dover Dogs, regardless of how tired you may be, we still appreciate you stopping in. That
Yes.
goes without saying. And of course, anybody else that I've missed, I apologize. Raiden, Popovic, even though you came in trying to be a troll, we appreciate you stopping in because, of
Real
course,
talk. Real
every
talk.
time you
Real
come
talk.
in here, just
Shout
give
out
us
to
a
all of
bit of
y'all.
watch time.
Shout out to every last one of y'all. Real talk. Real talk. Make sure y'all come in Sunday for the Fracker Show. Because that is the next show on the OG Network. It's always going to be fire because it's always fire. Make sure y'all come in and y'all check out the Fracker Show this Sunday, 12 o'clock noon Eastern Standard Time. And
You just
until
might be
then,
able to come in and catch a new segment that we're doing on the Fracker Show, which is called, I almost forgot. It is called Right or Wrong. Because we're going to talk
wait.
about
Hold
what is
up, hold up,
right
hold up, hold up, hold
or
up.
wrong.
Hold up. Y'all got to give us 5 more minutes. 5 more minutes. Because I just clicked this video.
Uh-oh.
Iran, I can tell the difference in your hair from Afro Magic. Man, I've been using that too. Oh, snap. I didn't know that. I didn't know Joyce was using the Afro Magic too. Joyce, I'm going to tell you something. You know I love y'all. But right now, I'm having such a laugh going on inside of my head, and you know why. It's nothing personal, but it's funny because you use the term Afro Magic. But you know what? I'm glad you.
She has
Oh man,
curly
I'm
hair.
glad.
She has curly hair, so it's working for her.
I
And,
know, but you.
and she
Uh,
and I tell you, like, I have not seen her, nor have I seen her hair. But
well,
I
I
know
haven't seen
she's
it
such a
neither, but
thrive.
I know. Listen, I haven't seen it neither, but I know that Joyce is Caucasian, so that's why it got funny to me because it was like
Oh, see, you went the wrong route. You ain't right. You
because she
ain't
used the
shit.
terminology Afro American.
I'm gonna tell Sean to come pick you up.
Listen, I agree. Listen. Listen. At the end of the day, we know it's for everybody, but it was just funny because when she said, it, I was like, "Yo, that is so funny in my head." Like
Big
Joyce,
Philly,
you know,
welcome, welcome, welcome.
we all
Thank
family.
you,
We
appreciate
love
you.
you. You know, we appreciate you. We know it's all family, and it was just in my head. It just got funny.
Damn.
But
Ron,
I'm glad you.
Joyce,
I'm glad you using it. I
Ron
hope.
had a Ron had a flashback of when he was watching Coming to America, and the guy sat on the damn sofa and soaked up the whole damn all that stuff out of his head. That's why he said what he said. He had a flashback of that. It wasn't anything else. He saw Afro
What's up,
Magic and he
South
said it.
Philly?
He started thinking that stuff from Coming to America.
What's up, South Philly? What's up, Philly? South Philly, what's going on? God bless you. Yeah, it was just that's all it was. Listen, I love the fact that she used the terminology that way because I know I always never remember the actual name. So when she said Afro Magic, I was just like, yo, that's so funny to me.
Oh,
Look, see.
her head be running.
All
Gets away from her.
right, I gotta ask the question, Joyce. Since you've been using it, how's it been working for you?
Well, that says it right there. My head gets away from me sometimes. It's nourishing. It's nourishing.
No, that my silly behind, bro.
Ron,
Like, don't give me.
there was a cartoon many, many years ago that said this best, and he played on as he walked away carrying the word on his back.
But that's what's up, though. I didn't know. I didn't know that she actually ordered the product. Of course, you guys. But this is the first time I'm hearing it, so that's why it got funny to me. It was like, because she instead of her putting in it was infused, but I guess he was like, I'm not putting all that words in there. I'm
Well,
going history.
okay. Now, see. Now I have to jump in there. You've been calling it Afro Magic ever since you've been using it.
Yep.
So is it not only right that the community calls it Afro Magic?
Oh no, I agree.
Being that the fact that
I made life easy for all of us. I made life easy for all of us. Me, Joyce, a world away from here if she's using it, everybody. I made life easy for all of us. Why? Because I made this word simple. Afro Magic.
Because it's magical.
On your afro.
That's
but
right.
It was just like I said, being that I knew, and I was like, why is that so funny? I love it. I love it. And I'm glad she's using the product. I'm glad that she's is working for it. Now I have, it's funny. Of course I'm not always the best person for following instructions. Hold on 1 second. Let me see what she wrote.
Wow.
Oh wow. That's what's up, man. Now, me, honestly speaking, I'm not one of the most follow instruction type of person, but I'm gonna tell you, there's two ways I actually use it, the product, and this is not for somebody. This is not me giving anybody instructions on how I use this. This is how I use it. Um, when I really wanted to get into my scalp, like down into my scalp, after I get finished washing my hair and it's a little bit damp, that's when I put it in.
Okay.
Because to get down into my scalp a lot. But there are other times that I use it for styling my hair, meaning putting the afro right, and it has nothing to do with one. That has nothing to do with the other. But those are the two ways that I actually use it in my hair. Of course, the benefit is the not the itching and going, especially now in the wintertime, because it would have been real bad. But I'm glad she got a chance to try the product out, man, and that's good news right there. Jay didn't tell me.
No,
He just kept it secret to himself.
I sure did. I didn't want to put it out there because you know me, I prefer that those that are using it, those that are enjoying it, that they say it better than I would. Because of course, people hear me saying it, they may, oh, well, you just saying it. Okay, well then I'll wait till the person feels comfortable enough to say it for them. Say it.
Ben said Jerry juice. Hold up. Oh wow, that's what's up, man. So they both are using it. Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
I'll be honest with you. That I mean, I don't know. I'm glad I ended up coming across it, bro. And I'm gonna tell you something, man. And honestly speaking, cost wise, it goes so far. Cost
The
wise,
intent. That was the
it
intent.
ends up being a lot cheaper than if you're buying hair grease.
That was the intent.
Because I want you to think about this. How long I've been talking about this product?
I I didn't catch that last part. You can hear
How
the
long
hum.
I've been talking about Afro Magic? Now I use the other stuff too, but Afro Magic I've been using since I was fishing and stuff. I'm on my
Yeah,
second container.
yeah. It's
Yeah, and I'm only in my second container with y'all. Like, remember, because I bought 2 containers. I
Right.
bought the first one, but then I ended up ordering another one, even though I had plenty of the first one.
Right.
I'm in my
Right.
second container, so a lot of time, especially I can't speak to everything because I haven't used everything, but Joy said, I'm like, I can't remember the correct name. Hey, Afro Magic works. Perfect. We ain't got to change. We Afro Magic. I mean,
As long as we all can agree, everyone likes it, or rather, those that use it like it, love it, enjoy it.
But it like I said, so it actually goes very, very far as it pertains to usage wise. So I think, like, people say, "Oh, I go get some hair grease. It's only $3, $4, $5 or whatever container." Yes, this is more when you buy it as a jar. But I'm gonna be honest with you. I can speak to this one specifically. Over the long term, it actually saves me money.
Of course.
And I'm not even looking. The quality of the product is the bigger part. But honestly speaking, it actually, over the long term, it actually comes out a lot cheaper than if I was buying. I probably would go through 3 jars of hair grease if I went through 1 jar of that.
I can believe that.
Joyce said my hair will throw out. And that's what's up, man. That's what's up, man. But we're gonna get out of here. I just had to put a little bit of time in there because that shocked me. I ain't gonna say it shocked me because I know y'all make great product. But I didn't know that they were actually using a product other than just me. And I think I don't know, I think Dover Dogs uses it. I don't know for sure.
All right, since you open that can of worms, let me just put it like this: Dover Dogs, Out the Pit, Sackcloth, Ant Like the Bug, Joyce, World Away From Here. I'm just going to mention those 5. We know the family is much bigger than that. So if there are 20 members of the family, of the YouTube family, there's 19 involved.
Oh, okay. Sounds like it. And I never asked nobody the question. I just kept talking about it. I never even considered anybody else actually, buying it and stuff like that. That's y'all business. Y'all know that. But I was just like, for me personally, man, I swear by that.
Well, here's where it comes into play why you're involved. It is everybody that's in the family that became family to Ron's opinion.
Oh.
So that's how that train is going off now. So the Afro Magic is the Afro Magic. It's magical to many that have part of the family.
That's what's up, man. I'm glad that, I'm not the only one enjoying it. That's all I can say. I'm glad I'm not the only one enjoying it. Oh, man, I got some money to spend. I'm sorry, y'all.
All right, Ron, we got to get out of here.
Right, man,
I got some babies to feed, and plus my fat ass is hungry.
All right. Yeah, me too.
As always,
y'all have a blessed, wonderful day. We appreciate y'all. Real talk. Yes, y'all have a blessed, wonderful day. See y'all Sunday, 12 o'clock noon, Eastern Standard Time. Friday show. Don't miss out. That's what's up.
Just don't eat it.
And we are out of here.
Later.
Hey!
Fellas, ladies, you looking for lotions? You looking for beard oils? But unfortunately, everything you get from mainstream got chemicals in it and it's probably killing you? No problem, we got you. Go check out my people from Top to Bottom Hair and Skincare. That's Top to Bottom Hair and Skincare. www.top2bottom, BOTTU, the U is for unique, M.com. Tell them I sent you.